Oh man, I am stuffed. We just finished an amazing dinner right now. And what were we eating? Mighty fine crawfish. This guy's wild. This one's store-bought. Now we actually went out and caught these this morning. Juju Senior and I. We threw in a little bit of fishing bonus footage also. Juju caught the biggest fish of his life, but we're gonna compare the two to see which one's really better. Can you just buy some frozen crawdads from the store and have them taste as good as a big wild crawdad caught out of our local rivers around here? So in this video we're going to show you guys how we caught them, the whole cooking process and everything, and also where we got these little guys. So go ahead and look at your local and state regulations, see if there's a season for them, if you can catch them, and if you can, don't pass them up because they make a mighty fine meal. So we're going to go ahead and hop down to the river, and make sure you stay tuned because we're going to head right back here into the kitchen, start cooking them up, and do a good old taste test. So I'll see you guys there.
City.
Alright, you guys just saw us in the kitchen cooking up some crawdads. This is the catching part. So it's fairly simple. You come out where there's crawdads at nighttime. So you can see pitch black everywhere behind me. And we've just got a few varieties of nets. This one's our little pool net. We like to use it because you can go real deep. And just our regular like fishing nets. So all we're gonna do is roll around the edges here because the crawdads come out of their holes and stuff at night, and shine lights, see them, scoop them up, and as simple as that. So I find it to be the most effective way to catch them. And now let's get to it. They're already calling my name. Shit, I'm gonna just jump up and grab that guy. Got him. Hey, there's a bunch right over here. Oh, that's not them. I thought it was one. Right there, see? Just let them pinch the net and pull them out. And then scoop them.
Did you bring the stuff?
Yeah, I got it.
Did you see him pinch it?
No. Right here on this bush, see him?
There you go.
Oh, what? He was gripped onto the bush. Oh, there he is. You had him in the net and he got away. Got him. Lift up. Oh, he swung out. They're swimming out of the net. No. Got him. Put him in. Yes, sir. Look at that. A lot of these crawdads are just going to be shallow and in the open at night, so you could just go by them with a net and try your best to scoop them. It's a lot harder than it looks. Got him. See, so a lot of times at night they're just going to be really shallow and out in the open. Look at this big guy right here we just caught. Now this is the target species. Let go of the net. Get these guys. These are the target species tonight. Crawdads. Some people call them crawfish, some people call them crawdads. These are nice big healthy ones. Look at that tail. Looks good. But they got these big pinchers, and this is today's target species. So the goal is to catch a bunch of them, have a big old crawfish boil, and this is probably the biggest one we got, but look at all the ones that we have got so far. Gonna be eating good in a little bit.
Alright guys, so we're out here. We got a bunch of crawdads.
Look at that.
Looks like enough for a meal.
Yeah, we could get a lot more, but it's kind of time consuming. We're gonna do some fishing because right now the fishing's incredible, but we got probably a dozen or two crawdads, probably 2 dozen crawdads, plenty to eat. Now we're in target big striped bass. You guys have seen us catch them before on the channel, not too long ago actually, so it's been about a year since then. Fishing should be good, and we're just going to be using big swim baits. I've got some, fairly cheaper swim baits tied on. This just little trout imitation glide baits, but we've got a whole variety of different baits we're going to troll around, cast around, see if we can hook onto one of these really big stripers tonight.
Alright, so we got a hookup.
That dang fish almost broke our rod holder. This is the 3rd one we've hooked up tonight. I just lost one right now, and about probably 30 seconds later, Juju hooks up. Now this is a big one. This is a very big. I don't think we've had one pull drag like this yet.
You good, G?
I have to get on this one.
He's still on here or what?
Yeah, he's still on. Getting closer. This fish, it wasn't even that far out the lure. He just literally took almost the whole spool's worth of drag. Man, I just lost a good one too.
Alright, Jew.
Hey, that would have been crazy if we double hooked up, huh?
Oh shoot, he's huge.
You saw him?
He's massive. There he is on bottom.
Oh man. Oh man.
Go ahead, Aiden. Go ahead, Aiden. He's going right to the net.
Can you lift him up?
He's going right to the net.
Let's head this way. Gosh! Oh my god.
Wow, that's 25 pounds.
Oh my god, this is a big fish. This is a very big fish. Today, farm workout.
That's nice.
Jeez.
So we've been out here probably 2-3 hours, and we've been trolling around, you know, casting a little bit of everything, and one finally hit. So we didn't bring the scale. I'm thinking this one's 25 pounds.
No, that's definitely the biggest fish.
Over here.
There's the grippers. Yeah, there it is. Man, this is by far the biggest stripe we've ever caught. We're trying to be quick so that he'll stay alive. You got him? Hold him with that. Let me see.
You good?
Alright, let's see. 21-2. 21-2.
21-2.
21-2. Let's go ahead and hold him by the grippers, get some pictures.
Alright, this guy's gonna go back.
Shine a light. Wow, Jew. I'm just helping him release his fish really quick because these stripers are not very strong fish, so they can die pretty easy once they fight, especially the big ones. They give all their energy trying to fight you. So it's very, very easy for them not to make it. And we don't want to have to kill them, so we try our very best to release him alive. Oh yeah, he's ready. Are you ready? Yep. Alright, put him out. There he is. There he goes.
Oh yeah, he splashed. Alright, good job, Jew. Gonna get our baits back in there.
The man, the myth, the legend, Juju strikes yet again.
Alright, let's do it again.
So when we came out here, Juju's biggest striper was only probably like 6 pounds. We said the first one's on Juju, so he just broke the first 20-pound striper out of this boat. That's crazy. Well, we've been out here for a few hours. We probably got out here like 1 a.m. and it's probably about 6 o'clock right now in the morning. We spent the first probably hour or two looking for crawdads, and mission accomplished. We got probably 2 dozen crawdads, maybe a little bit more. Right there, whole bucket full. Plenty, just enough for a good little sample. Good taste test. Juju's already getting hungry just looking at it.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Crawdads are one of my favorite.
So what'd you think about that fish you caught earlier? That was crazy.
That's the biggest fish I ever caught. I thought the catfish was big. That one was pretty dang big.
Yeah, that was a 21-pound striped bass. That's just insane, man. But we're about to go ahead and head back to the house. We've been out here a long time, probably looking a little bit tired. Been out here already like 5-6 hours in the dark. Didn't get any sleep last night, but that's what you got to do sometimes, you know, to catch these big fish and to get some crawdads on top of that. So mission accomplished. About time to head back to the house and start doing some cooking. Well, we made it home alive. We got our crawdads here. They've already been washed, cleaned up. They're looking pretty delicious. So we got me a big pot right here. We're gonna try to cook it in the house. Some people got like those fancy burners, but we're doing this in the house. Got it filled up about halfway full of water. You don't want to overfill it. When you start throwing your crawdads in there, they're gonna like spill over. So I'm gonna put the burner on high, leave it on high for a little bit. But this recipe's easy. One of people's favorite parts about a crawdad boil is by far gotta be the sausage. So I don't even remember the flavors. You can go to any store, find sausage everywhere. Sausage, lemon, we've got some shrimp, and then here's also what we're gonna be using today. I like these things. These are these crab boil bags. They always work good for us. And we're gonna try a little bit of slap your mama. They say it tastes so good, it's gonna make you want to slap your mama. So I don't know if my mom needs to be around when we're cooking with this stuff. So everything we're using in the video today, links are gonna be down in the description, down below. Everything from what we're fishing with to what we're cooking with. So you guys can check out the links down below to check it out. And also the links down for merch. You guys are absolutely amazing. We love the support you guys have been giving us. And you know, you guys can go pick you up a nice hat and look good on the water. Now the catch of today's video, what we're gonna do is we've got wild caught fresh crawdads, these big delicious ones, and then we found some at the store. So we've got these store-bought Louisiana crawfish, and we're gonna do a little comparison to see really if fresh crawdads taste better or store-bought. So that's the catch and taste video, and should be interesting. So we're gonna find out here soon. Comment down below whether or not you think wild is gonna taste better than store-bought. Now the store-bought ones were frozen, so you never know. We're gonna try it though. All the sausage has been cut. Now we're gonna cut up some lemons. I like to cut it into little slivers so that the flavor gets into your boil. You just throw this in there, right?
Yeah.
They changed the bag. It used to be like a net. Now it's plastic.
Oh yeah, these used to be like a little mesh net. Now they're just plastic with holes in it. I guess you.
Yeah, I don't know about
plastic.
It used to be like actual rope. I guess you throw this in there. We're gonna do 2, just because that's how we usually do it. So one of these are good for a few pounds, but as your water starts to heat up, we like to throw these in there a little early. Adds a little bit of flavor, because these aren't like salty, they're just herbs. So we always throw these in there, just like that. They're gonna float. And then what I like to do is you start to season up your water.
This stuff's really salty.
Yeah, it's kind of salty, but it's almost good to have like a salty water for your crawfish. So we're gonna throw a good healthy amount of this stuff in there. Because if you think about it, we've probably got 4 or 5 gallons of water in here.
All right. Take it easy, take it easy.
Ooh, anytime you mess with that pepper stuff, it always gets you good. So just like when you're boiling crab, you always boil them in salt water. And you might think the water's salty, but if you think about it, you gotta kind of cook through that shell and get the seasonings in there. So nothing to worry about. We're also gonna add some salt. A good healthy amount of salt too. And then I'd say that's about good right there. So it's pretty much that simple. Now what we're gonna do is let this get to a rolling boil, and then just get all of our ingredients ready, get the crawfish ready. Everything's gonna start being thrown in there pretty soon here.
So as you sit here and you're doing all this stuff, I was thinking about how much this was actually gonna cost, right? But since everything costs money, we gotta take into account the AC for this house, the rent, the gas it took to go buy all the supplies, the taxes, the boat payment, because we had to use the boat to get these guys, and then just everything included. You can have this meal for probably like $1,498.
It's the most
and 52 cents.
the most expensive meal you eat in your life. Right? The number one most important thing about cooking, or in this case doing a crawdad boil, gotta hydrate. So we got potatoes. One of everybody's favorite part about a crawdad boil is always the potatoes. So we're gonna go ahead and quarter these. These are gonna take the longest to cook. So these are gonna go right into the water as it's heating up. You know, they're gonna be nice and soft by the time this whole process is done. We're gonna throw them on this just because I'm not trying to get splashed by some hot water. They're gonna go in right now. Although the water's not at a full boil yet, these are gonna go in the longest amount of time, just so that you can ensure they're gonna be soft by the time you're done cooking. As we're sitting here waiting for this water to start boiling, it's crazy because this year I drew a deer tag. If you guys don't know, out here in the state of Nevada, it can be pretty hard to draw any big game tag whatsoever, especially in areas you really like where I drew my deer tag. So this one actually took me like 5 years. The last time I drew a deer tag in Nevada was 2018. So it's been 5 years. So it's crazy. This year, all you guys that are hunting fans, you guys got a lot to look forward to. We're going to be doing a lot of that this year. And obviously a lot more fishing, a lot more cooking, and just exploring. So, you ready to deer hunt this year?
I'm ready to fill that freezer. Those of you against like hunting and stuff like that, I don't know why. Understandable. Everybody has their own opinion, but we enjoy everything that has to do with a hunt. Let me show you my freezer real quick. This is like an episode of Cribs right here where I show you one of my freezers that we have. So right here, as you can see, all of this is either elk and maybe a deer or two in here. Oh, we even got some snow crab legs. But everything we go out and hunt ends up in these freezers, and it helps me to feed this family of 5.
And it's the leanest, cleanest, healthiest meat you could eat on this planet.
Yeah, it is. This is going to feed my family for the next probably 6 months until Adrian gets his deer. We get a process and everything, and we just eat it all year long. It's a good time. You get the hunt out of it. You get the family time. You get just the exploring. Everything is good about hunting, and the head might even end up on the wall if it's a nice enough head. There was one comment, I love you guys, but I can't take that you guys hunt. And I mean, everybody has their opinion, but like I said, for me, it's a family thing. We go out, we have a good time, we bring back the food. Everything about it is just, I love every portion of the process of going out hunting with family, bringing it back and eating it throughout the year. So a lot of comments, people hating hunting, you know, they're here for the lake meat updates and all that. But what we do is hunt as a family. And I grew up farm life, butchering animals everywhere and every place that I went to growing up, eating tamales and food that was just, something was out there in the yard living at one point, you butcher it and you eat it to feed your family. That's the way I was raised. If you guys were raised differently and you're vegetarians or whatever, hey, that's on you. Leave more meat for me, but I'm saying it's a beautiful thing to be able to hunt.
Touching on the point that Senior was talking about, a lot of people might not like hunting, and it goes deep. It goes very deep. So I challenge everybody watching this video, if you're not a hunter, let's say you like this stuff, you know, the crawfish, the fishing, the family aspect and stuff, but you don't like hunting, to tune into those videos later in the year, open your mind, and let us kind of show you why we do it, because it's a lot more than just hunting. It is conservation, it's a family affair, and at the end of the day, the meat's a bonus, and having something to put on the wall to remember that trip is also a bonus. Well, one thing we forgot to put in earlier too was the corn. Can't forget corn. It's probably going to cool our water off a bit, but we're going to go ahead and throw in a bunch of these. Just water boil 100 Celsius. Oh yeah, 100 Celsius, but it's on Fahrenheit. How hot is it?
168.
168.
It's pretty dang hot.
That's pretty hot. That should be enough.
What temperature does it boil though?
So a lot of you guys think that Juju is a lucky fisherman. You should see how lucky he is when it comes to hunting.
Oh man, the luckiest. 4 times in a row and it ain't luck.
I haven't had a tag in 5 years. I'm still waiting.
Alright, we got our water finally starting to boil here. We're going to start with the live crawfish first, because these are going to take a little bit longer than the store-bought ones. Now, the clock starts. These are only going to take about 10 to 15 minutes to cook through. 6:07 right now, and these things are only going to take about 10 to 15 minutes to cook. So you don't want to overcook crawfish because they'll get real rubbery and they won't peel as easy. So you got to keep track of your time. Now that those have been in there for a few minutes, we're going to take these store-bought ones that are already cooked. Man, one thing about the store-bought ones, they're from like Louisiana or something. Look how like dirty some of them look. What is wrong with this guy? He's still frozen? Look at that guy. Funky looking crawdads. But all right, here we go. I'm going to try to do this without splashing myself. Boom. All right.
Are you gonna be able to tell the difference between the
I think guaranteed. There's no question in my mind. So we're gonna wait for the sausage and shrimp. Those are the last things. They take the least amount of time to cook, especially your shrimp. I'm a big shrimp eater. The number one mistake if you ever are cooking for somebody that likes shrimp is to overcook it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. I probably should have put in the lemons a little bit sooner, but it is what it is. They're still gonna taste good and cook in there. All the lemons are in. They got seeds and stuff, but don't worry about it because you're not eating all the stuff on the bottom. So it's been about 12 minutes right now. And as you can see, all the crawdads, all the store-bought ones already floating. They look all pretty much cooked. Everything's looking good. Gonna give it a couple stirs. Here we've got 2 pounds of shellless shrimp. So this is gonna go in there right now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the heat, throw in all of our sausage and all of our shrimp. It's gonna sit in there for 5 minutes before ready to serve. You really do not want to overcook your shrimp, so gotta get this getting in there. Now we're gonna give it a good stir. One of them had a shell on it. We're gonna give it a good stir here. We're gonna go ahead and let these sit in there for about 5 minutes, and then this whole thing is ready to serve. The most interesting part of the whole equation, because we don't have one of the ones that pull out without the water.
Alright, it's gonna be nice and slow. We have that cold water running also so that it doesn't burn the pipes up down there.
You ready? There we go. Look at big old crawfish boil right in the hot pot. So you're gonna take those out right now?
Goner number 1. Goner number 2.
Alright, let's go pour it. Follow me.
I want the goods, but I don't want the water.
Oh.
Alright, go ahead. I just don't want the water leaking and burning somebody.
There we go.
Oh yeah, that's good right there.
Looks delicious, huh?
Smiling ear to ear with this.
Those small ones are the store-bought ones, huh?
Probably.
See, I'm looking at the store-bought. The color looks a little bit different between.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You see that? The
Yeah,
color
there's a
and the
big
size. Like, look at the size of this one.
Yep, that's the one you caught just a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
You know you gotta have butter. Butter is the number 2 ingredient besides the crawfish.
You gotta make sure you don't cook it too long. It'll blow up in the microwave.
Will it?
Over like 20 seconds, it'll blow up or something.
No way.
I've done it before.
Are you the one that left the microwave dirty? Nah.
So we're good. We got some ketchup. Ketchup. We got, what is this? Tartar sauce.
No, what tartar?
Not tartar. What is that stuff
What's
called?
it called?
Marinara sauce?
It's not marinara. What is it?
Cocktail sauce.
Cocktail sauce.
We got some Cajun two-step. I saw him on TikTok.
So
Seemed pretty cool.
that's a TikToker right there. Put that on a cracker, dude.
I like supporting small businesses, TikTokers, YouTubers, and all that. So yeah. So right here we have the shrimp, sausage, crawdads, corn, everything. Delicious meal. Everybody's gonna get to eat from the catch that we did last night. Lena,
Yes.
you gonna enjoy this?
Yes.
Andrea, you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's get it out. We got butter. Just a great meal overall. Deliciousness. What do you think?
Absolutely delicious. Turned out great. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Look at all that. We're gonna be able to finish this?
Heck yeah, it's good.
Hey, little licking his lips.
As promised, we said we were going to do a wild versus store-bought taste test to see which one's better. As you can see right here, got a wild one and got one of the store-bought ones. A lot of them turned out like this, these little guys. So, we're going to taste them right now and see which one's better. Juju's got 2 right there also.
The store bought or Oh, he's cheating over here. Yeah, let's do store bought. I'll do it too.
So first, the
I got
pinch
mine
test.
right here too. Look, I got mine right here too. So that's a wild one. This is a little store bought guy that they raised.
So this one's a little tiny store-bought tail, as you can see right there. I'm going to give it a little bit of Cajun two-step.
You got yours, G?
Yep, that's the store-bought one.
All right.
A little bit of Cajun two-step. And cheers, G. Let's see which one's better. Solid.
Tastes all right.
Mm-hmm. Solid. The store-bought ones are actually very good. They turned out really good.
A lot of that probably has to do with the spices, huh?
Yeah,
Anyway.
the spices
How
really
you
got
cook
into
it.
that good. So now we got a wild one. Got the tail here.
It's a lot bigger.
Yeah, so that's the wild one.
If there's one thing I could say is we probably could have cooked these wild ones a little tiny bit longer. But there's the tail. A little bit of Cajun two-step. I think if I'd have cooked them just a little bit longer, they'd peel it a little bit smoother. But here we go.
It was a lot better.
You could just tell it was fresh, pretty much. It's softer, fresher, cleaner, and it didn't absorb all the flavors like the store-bought one did, as much of the flavor, but you got more of the natural taste in it. And I would guess that's because the store-bought ones are cooked first, shipped over here, and then recooked. But the fresh ones have more of a natural taste, more like a good flavor, I think. So I really like those ones more. What do you think, Jim?
Yeah, I think the wild ones are juicier and they taste better.
So our fresh caught ones probably taste a lot better because we caught them out of nice, cold, clean water. In Louisiana, I'm not sure how they're raising them, but they're from like muddy areas too, so you might get a little bit of that flavor in them. But we're catching them. There's not nearly as many as in Louisiana, but they're definitely in a lot cleaner, colder water, and the flavor profile is going to be a little bit different. So everybody's got their favorites. Some people do. Some people might like Louisiana. Some might like our crawfish over here. I'm a big fan of the cold, clean, flavored crawfish. They definitely got a little bit different flavor.
How about that shrimp?
The shrimp's pretty good too.
The shrimp turned out great.
Now we need to find wild shrimp. I used to live in Washington. I wish I would have caught some of the shrimp that was out there. Beautiful looking shrimp. Maybe we'll go out and get some in Washington. Another thing about these store-bought ones, the claws are a little bit smaller than the ones that we found out at the river. So
So on the wild ones, the claws are really big, and they actually have quite a bit of meat in there. Like compared to the store bought, the claws are pretty big. So I take off the pincher. You get a fork or whatever. You go right there.
What the? Why'd you need a fork? Just smash it with your fist.
Just pick all the meat out.
And then you got, look at all that meat in there.
You throw butter on it or no?
Sometimes I just eat it like that.
Perfect.
I didn't even slam it that hard.
So some people might ask why we lay a little tarp over the table when we do these crawfish boils. It's because literally you could just grab it all and roll it up into one big bag and your whole table's clean. I'm gonna roll this thing today, dude. And just like that, mess is clean, you got a clean table.
Part is over.
I really do appreciate you guys for tuning into this video. Once again, we got a lot happening this year. Got some more hunting, more fishing, more Lake Mead stuff, more just traveling in general. Maybe some news documenting. I don't know what we're gonna run into, but it's gonna be an exciting year. You guys definitely wanna stay tuned for. I appreciate you guys for watching this. Let me know if you try a crawfish boil, if you try how we did it, and let me know how it turned out. But appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you outdoors.